And now I'd like to invite Ms. Meta Commerce to the stage.
All right. So, oral history, we've just been given a booster of oral history right here. The Worcester, North Carolina community, as I know it, or as I've come to know it, is warm. And as the speaker before me just said, if you need something, it comes. I saw that during the storm last year. I talked to my grandson in Atlanta during that time. I had gone down to Atlanta because we had no water and all that. And I was telling him about what was happening here, all the help, all the, first responding just among neighbors. And he said, Mima, I've never seen anything like that. And so I'm trying to get him to spend more time with me here. Doing here, I have a business, I have a work, I have a calling that I refer to as story medicine. It's something that I inherited from my great-grandmother. And in developing that work right here, my great-grandmother was born and raised in a little town called Harriman, Tennessee, which is not far from here. I came to understand that stories not just can heal, but that they live. And I do my best to exemplify that in the work that I share here in this community. So I'm going to bring to you some Negro spirituals tonight. And they are called Negro spirituals for a reason. It is a music brought forth by the Africans who were enslaved for comfort, for healing, for survival. We didn't have art for art's sake. This was a music for survival. So I'm going to begin the music that I shared with you with a spiritual entitled Fix Me. Fix me. Oh, fix me. Oh, fix me. Fix me, Jesus. Fix me. Oh, fix me. Oh, fix me. Oh, fix me. Fix me, Jesus. Fix me. Thank you.
question for Meta, and that is, when did you first hear spirituals and what difference have they made in your life?
Oh, I first heard them in the church, in the black church. The church of my childhood, where we had people like Reverend James Cleveland and Mahalia Jackson, who came to sing just on a moment's notice. And that's another example of what I mean when I say that I grew up in the land of history. I could continue to name names like that. But most of all, before I even get into names, there would be a time in our devotion where the deacons would bring the church to order. Whoever was in the sanctuary, bring them to order because we were going to prepare for the service. And they would be singing, scripture reading, and praying during that time, as well as testimony and all of these different ways of speaking and praising. But they would do these chants that had come, I'm just going to say, from Mississippi, because most Black people in Chicago are from Mississippi. And I would sit there, I'm like 9 and 10, on the pew, and I'm hearing the chants. It would be call and response. And I had never heard sounds like that. He would say, I love the Lord, he heard my cry, and then everybody would say, ah. And I'm sitting there going, what is this? And I never knew because, you know, my mother told me to shut up so many times that I shut up. But I listened and I watched. And finally, in graduate school, when I was studying for my master's in African Americans, it dawned on me that the chant that I heard in the church had come from the fields. And that you could go to any church, any Black church, at least until the hip hop generation sort of moved that out, which is a shame. But they would be intact. And they were pretty standard. I probably didn't need to take up that much time to answer, but to me, that's a miracle. And it's just it's one of the reasons why we survive. We survived because of our music. And that it came straight out of our hearts. You know, we're talking about violence and corporate violence and a system of a penal system that's also violent. And then we're also talking about brotherhood and music and art and ways of being creative and life-giving in the face of death. Hello, somebody. So somehow we are going to have to figure out a way to make one of these things live. Somehow. So I just wanted to add the name of Ida B. Wells, who is really attributed to the anti-lynching movement as a one-woman spokesperson. Her body is buried in Chicago. She wound up there and fought up there. I have a poem that I wanted to share. Written by County Cullen, who is known as a contemporary of Baldwin and a poet from the Harlem Renaissance. And this is his poem entitled For a Poet. I have wrapped my dreams in a silken cloth and laid them away in a box of gold, where long will cling the lips of the moth. I have wrapped my dreams in a silken cloth. I hide no hate, I am not even wroth. Who found earth's breath so keen and cold? I have wrapped my dreams in a silken cloth and laid them away in a box